Today is April 30th, 2025. Beware of beet juice, nitrates. Okay, I can't put this on my website because 4 years ago I got poisoned on organic prunes with mold. I went into convulsions and I nearly died, and ever since then my immune system and my digestive system has become severely impaired, and supplements that I had been on for 40 years suddenly poisoned me. B complex from Jameson, and I had to go on a plant-based. And the list is endless. Suddenly kale, the oxalates in kale, poisoned me. And although I found out that thanks to Google AI, my God bless the founders of Google, you people are amazing. Love Google. I have not had a doctor, proper medical treatment very often in my life. That's all in my biography. And the one doctor at our local hospital who saved my life a couple of times because he understood autoimmune disorders and multiple chemical sensitivities, and he put it on my file. But he's gone, and my being able to go to a hospital safely is virtually nil. So I took another attack yesterday, which is a flashback to 1964 to 66 when I took those attacks. And the bottom line is, beet juice has been helping me breathe because it increases your oxygen to your brain for the last 8 years. And yesterday, I blacked out for 10 seconds. Now, I've been having problems with my head for the last 2 years. I've got sharp shooting pains on my left side and nerve pain running down into my ear and my teeth and my jawline for 2 years. And at 83, I'm not like wine, I'm not getting better. But I've been poisoned so much since I'm 6 years old, so let's face it, the fact that I'm still alive is a friggin' miracle. But I also have a tumor that is the size of a football, fat cell tumor, that's causing severe nerve damage and stopped me from dancing. And it wasn't just the pandemic that stopped me. People were infecting me. They're so stupid and selfish and ignorant. Anyway, so getting back to beet juice. I took that 10-second blackout, and then for an hour, my brain was like... And what I learned to do all my life is keep the brain active. So I went online and I just did some work for an hour, and I didn't move around because I was close to losing consciousness and couldn't walk. And I pulled out of it. So much so I did all this work in my wardrobe, which I like doing, and I got my swings outfits ready and my summer outfits ready, and fashion is fun. I did that for 2 hours. Then Dan came home from the bingo and took me shopping, and I walked all over from one end of Walmart to the other. That's my exercise with the cart because my legs are very crippled from the nerve damage from the tumor. And then I came home, and it's a low pressure, which means that there's a lot of water in the air, and I was diagnosed back in 1968 in Vancouver that I'm going to take a tax because I can't breathe, and my lungs will hurt. Well, when I discovered beet juice 8 years ago, within a half an hour, clears it up. So when I came in, I had trouble breathing, so I had a... Jeez, I hate that. half a cup of beet juice, and 30 minutes later, pow! Took a major attack this close, within a hair's breadth of going unconscious. Warned Dan to check on me every 15 minutes, that I had to lay down and I couldn't move around. But if it was anything like 19 in the hospitals, when they did all those tests, they would find that 30 minutes after eating, I would take an attack and go unconscious, and 2.5 hours later I would pull out of it to the point where I was dancing down the halls. Okay, so back then we didn't know what was causing it. They thought I had terminal brain damage or some kind of disorder. There was no treatment. Or I was pre-diabetic. Well, I wasn't either of those. I was multiple chemical sensitive, and I was being poisoned by gas, oil, and diesel, and canola oil, and pesticides in the food, and a long list. But I kept taking these attacks. I could have died, and I kept pulling out. Anyway, that's what happened yesterday. 2.5 hours later, I pulled out. So, went on Google. Is there any way that beet juice can cause that? Yes, the nitrates, which actually opens your blood vessels to allow more oxygen to your brain. You can take allergic reaction to the nitrates, and it can lower your blood pressure, and you can go unconscious. And yeah, well, that's what happened. So no more beet juice for me. So when you have multiple chemical sensitivities, autoimmune disease, disorders, this is just going to put it out there. Beet juice can be of a benefit, but be careful. You can take an attack. Over and out. Yeah, still here, still fighting, and my ski season sucked. I got out 6 times, and I shuffled, and my Jeep shimmied all over the bloody place and got stuck in the parking lot. So now my Jeep is a wreck. I'm a wreck. But okie dokie. I just keep fighting and I don't give up. I feel like it, but I don't.